Hello, my name is Alyssa Marsdale. I am a certified yoga instructor, and today we'll be doing a gentle flow of about 30 minutes just to ease the mind, let go of stress, and to start to incorporate strength in the body mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. So we'll start the class with a meditation, and we'll begin with the breath. So gently closing the eyes, sitting up nice and tall, and taking a deep inhale through the nose, and exhaling through the mouth. Taking a deep inhale through the nose, and exhale through the mouth. And just noticing your breathing, taking a deep inhale through the nose, and exhaling it slowly through the mouth. And resting your hands comfortably, keeping the eyes still closed, slowly inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the nose, being mindful of how the breath moves through the body, how any thoughts might arise, not judging them or labeling them, just noticing them as they are, staying with the breath, deeply inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the nose. We'll be here for a few moments, following the breath. And just allowing the mind and the body to tune in. Staying with the breath, deeply inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the nose. And sinking deeper into your awareness with each inhale and exhale, calming and stilling the mind, releasing and letting go of any thoughts that don't serve you, breathing in calm, exhaling peace. And just staying with your in and out breath, inhaling and exhaling through the nose, feeling the belly rise and fall. And sitting up nice and tall, just staying here for a few more breaths, deeply inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the nose. Maybe setting an intention here for the practice, maybe to cultivate more joy, cultivating peace, bringing in more joy, whatever it is that you might need in this moment, staying present, and then slowly blinking open the eyes, bringing yourself present to this moment, this space and time, and then slowly coming to hands and knees for cat-cow, warming up the spine, warming up the breath, again flowing with each inhale and exhale with the breath, taking a deep inhale, curling in the toes, slowly lifting the chest up, rolling the shoulders back, chin and eyes lead up towards the ceiling. Exhaling and rounding the spine to cat. Tucking the belly in, rounding the shoulders forward. Deeply inhaling. Lengthening the chin, eyes, chest up towards the ceiling, rolling the shoulders back, feeling the spine elongate, exhaling and rounding the spine to cat. Again, moving with your breath, deeply inhaling to cow. Keeping the fingers spread wide, toes still tucked in, exhaling and rounding the spine. Inhaling to cow. And then moving with your breath, exhaling and rounding the spine to cat. Navel in towards the spine, pausing, deeply inhaling, rolling the shoulders back, chin, eyes lead up towards the ceiling. And then tucking the toes and exhaling to a downward facing dog, opening up the hands, pressing the heels into the mat, opening up the hands and fingers, and then lengthening the tailbone towards the back of the mat, bringing the head down towards the chest, down towards the mat, Opening up the toes, opening up the fingers, and then deeply breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Still keeping the navel in towards the spine, slowly walking the hands towards the top of the mat for a high plank. Belly stays sucked in, drawing the navel in, and then just scooting the tailbone forward, gently stacking the shoulders over the hands, and just pausing here to breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. Noticing how your body feels today, how the upper body feels, the legs, the feet, every part of the body, how everything feels, every thought that moves through the mind. Taking a deep inhale through the nose and exhaling and pressing back into a downward facing dog. Inhaling and moving back to a high plank. And then exhaling to downward facing dog. So starting to cultivate that breath of fire, warming up the body with the breath. Inhaling and moving to a high plank. And exhaling to downward facing dog. And if you feel you want to exhale through the mouth, you can do that as well. Just listening to your body. We'll take one more inhale, transitioning to a high plank. And then one more exhale to downward facing dog. And slowly walking the feet forward to the center of the mat, grabbing opposite elbows, letting the head hang heavy, and just finding your breath, that in and out breath, in through the nose, out through the nose. And just letting everything go. Slowly releasing the fingers down to the mat, inhaling to a flat back, exhaling and folding forward, lengthening down. Slowly inhaling and rising the arms all the way up, palms face up towards the ceiling, and then exhaling the hands to the heart center. I'm just looking at the fingertips, centering the mind, centering the breath, and allowing everything to align. If you set an intention, just coming back to that intention, coming back to the breath. Again, not judging any thoughts, just allowing everything to be as it is, deeply inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the nose here in stillness. Just focusing the mind, looking at the tips of the fingers, and then breathing here. So just being really gentle here with the mind, gentle with the body, and just being mindful that the body changes day by day. So maybe you felt really strong yesterday, and today you might feel a little sore or distracted, knowing that it's all good where you are in this moment. Slowly inhaling the arms up overhead, palms touch. Lengthening up towards the ceiling, looking past the fingertips, keeping the navel tucked in towards the spine. Exhaling and folding forward, bringing the fingertips down to the mat. Inhaling to a flat back. And then exhaling and playing the hands down, stepping the feet back to that high plank. Slowly exhaling and lowering down for chaturanga. So you're just going to hover the mat and then slowly inhale to an upward facing dog. The legs are going to lift up off the mat. And then slowly tuck the toes in, exhaling the downward facing dog. Taking an inhale, slightly bending the knees, stepping, hopping, or floating to the top of the mat, being mindful that we're still warming the body up. Just going to inhale the body up, exhaling and folding forward. Inhale, the arms rise all the way up, palms touch. And then exhaling the hands to the heart center. So we'll move into that sun salutation A. Slowly inhaling the arms up overhead, palms touch. Exhaling and folding forward, fingertips reach down towards the mat. Inhale up to a flat back. And then exhaling and playing the hands down, stepping the feet back into a high plank. Slowly exhaling and lowering down for chaturanga, keeping the elbows close to the rib cage. Inhaling to an upward facing dog, legs lift up off the mat. Exhaling to downward facing dog for 3 breaths. For 1. Inhaling for 2, and then exhaling for 2. Inhaling for 3. Exhaling and slowly bending the knees, stepping, hopping, or floating to the top of the mat. Feet touch. Inhaling to a flat back. Exhaling and folding forward. Inhale, arms rise all the way up, palms touch. And then slowly exhaling the hands to the heart center. Pausing here for a moment. Inhale, arms rise, palms touch. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, planting the hands down, stepping the feet back to high plank. Exhaling and lowering down for chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog for 3 breaths. One. 2. 3. Slowly, gently bending the knees, exhaling and stepping the feet forward. Feet touch, inhaling up to a flat back, exhaling and folding forward. Inhale, arms rise all the way up, palms touch. And slowly exhaling the hands to the heart center. And just pausing here to breathe. Moving into sun salutation B, gently bending the knees. Inhale, arms rise to chair pose. So keeping that tailbone tucked in, belly stays sucked in, knees pressed together, feet touch. Exhaling and folding forward, fingertips reach down towards the mat, legs straighten out. Inhale to a flat back. Exhaling and planting the hands down, stepping the feet back into a high plank. Exhaling and lowering down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. And stepping the right foot forward, spinning that left foot out. Inhale, the arms rise to warrior 1 on that right side. Exhaling and folding forward, framing that front foot, spinning the back foot in. Front foot steps back to a high plank, lowering down the exhale. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Stepping that left foot forward, spinning the right foot out. Inhale, arms rise. Warrior 1 on the left side. Exhaling and folding forward, framing the front foot, spinning the back foot in, both feet facing the same direction, stepping the front foot back to meet the other, and then slowly exhaling and lowering down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog for 3 breaths. Inhaling for 1. Inhaling for 2. Inhaling for 3. Exhaling and slightly bending the knees, stepping, hopping, or floating to the top of the mat. Inhale to a flat back. Exhaling and folding forward. Inhale, knees bend, arms rise to chair pose. And slowly exhaling the hands down by the side. Slowly inhaling the arms up overhead, palms touch. And then just lengthen up through the crown of the head, tips of the fingers, belly sucks in, tailbone tucks in, and just pausing here. And slowly exhale the hands back to the heart center and just letting go. Refocusing the mind, focusing the breath. Slowly inhale the arms up overhead, palms touch. And then slowly exhaling the hands to the heart center, starting to step that left foot back. So both feet face the same direction. Keeping that back heel lifted, front foot stays planted down. Slowly inhale, scoop the arms up for a crescent lunge on that right side, keeping the tailbone tucked in, belly stays sucked in, and then breathe here. And slowly exhaling the hands to the heart center, spinning that back foot out, just dropping that heel down, and then slowly inhaling the arms up to warrior 1 on that right side. So just a slight adjustment with the feet, pressing that back foot down, back heel down. Starting to feel the back and the spine start to warm up a little bit more. Exhaling the hands to the heart center, slowly spinning that back foot out so both heels stay in line, making sure those heels stay in line, opening up the arms and sinking that front foot forward. And then slowly bending that right knee down, making sure both hands are in line, both heels are in line. And just looking past the fingertips on that right hand for warrior 2, evenly distributing the weight on both feet, and then breathing here. Slowly inhaling that right arm up overhead for reverse warrior. And exhaling back down to warrior two. Inhaling back up to reverse warrior. And slowly straightening out that front leg, exhaling and bringing that right hand down to the outer edge of that right foot, to the shin or to the big toe. And slowly inhaling that left arm up overhead. So you can bring your hand to a block as well, or you can palm the mat with that right hand. Just bringing that chin up towards that left shoulder. And breathing here. Slowly exhaling that left hand down, spinning the back foot in, gently bending that front knee, and then stepping that right foot back into a high plank. Exhaling and lowering down for that vinyasa. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Stepping the left foot forward, keeping that back heel lifted, slowly inhaling the arms up to crescent lunge on the left side. Back heel stays lifted. And just staying with the breath, slowly inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the nose. And slowly playing that back foot down and staying here on that warrior one. So that back heel plants down and then breathing here. And slowly opening up the hands, back foot spins out, both heels stay in line. Slowly sinking down to that left knee, making sure both heels and hands are in line, then bringing that chin over that left shoulder. And then breathing here in warrior two on that left side. Just looking past the fingertips on that left hand, past the middle finger. Slowly lifting the left arm up overhead for reverse warrior. And exhaling back down. And going back up for reverse warrior. And then slowly exhaling down. Taking a deep inhale, exhaling and moving forward, bringing that left hand down, straightening out that left leg. Right arm stays lifted. And just palming that left hand down or moving that hand to a block, shin or the big toe. Keeping the navel in towards the spine and then breathing here. Slowly bringing that hand down, spinning the back foot in, gently bending the front knee and then stepping it back into a high plank. Exhaling and lowering down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog for 3 breaths. And gently lowering the knees down towards the mat. Just going to bring that right foot forward, left knee stays planted, tucking in the toes on that left foot. Slowly inhaling the arms up to a modified warrior one on the right side. And slowly exhaling the hands to the heart center, gently twisting towards the right, left elbow to the outer edge of that right knee. And just staying with that gentle twist. You can stay here or gently lift that left leg up and then breathe here. And slowly bringing that left knee down, coming back to the center, exhaling, and then inhaling and lifting the arms up overhead. Exhaling the hands down to frame that front foot, and then just bringing that right knee to the outer to the right side of the mat, lengthening the left leg back, keeping that right heel in line with the left hip, and just staying up high on the fingertips at first. And you can slowly bring the forearms down, and breathe here. And slowly lifting up to the hands. Just bringing that right knee back. Bringing that left foot forward, right knee stays planted down. And slowly inhaling the arms up on that left side for a modified warrior one. Breathing here. And slowly exhaling the hands to the heart center, gently twisting to that left side, elbow to the outer edge of the knee. And again, staying here, slowly lifting that leg up. And then staying with the breath, deeply inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the nose. Slowly, gently bringing that knee down, coming back to the center. Exhaling the hands down, gently bringing that left knee to the outer to the left side of the mat. Right leg lengthens back. Staying up high on the hands at first, allowing the hips to open up. And then slowly exhaling down, bringing the forearms down to the mat and breathing here. So coming back up to the hands, tucking in the toes on that right foot, bringing that left knee back. Bring both knees to touch, and then slowly coming to a seated position, bringing the legs out in front. And then just bringing the soles of the feet to touch for bound angle pose. Interlacing the fingers, bringing the hands over the feet, tucking in the navel towards the spine, rolling the shoulders back, sitting up nice and tall. And then just breathing here. Slowly releasing the legs out in front. Both legs touch, both feet touch. Slowly inhaling the arms up overhead, palms touch. And then exhaling and lengthening forward, bringing the hands to the outer edge of the feet. Exhaling and slowly lengthening down. Forehead comes down towards the knees. And slowly inhaling up, bringing the right foot forward, left foot comes in. Slowly inhaling the arms up overhead, exhaling and folding forward, interlacing the fingers, and slowly lengthening and leading with the chest, exhaling and folding forward, forehead comes down towards the knee, and breathing here. And slowly inhaling all the way up, bringing the left foot forward, right foot comes in. Just playing that foot along that inner thigh, inhaling the arms up overhead, exhaling and folding forward, interlacing the fingers, and slowly exhaling and folding forward, bringing the elbows in line with the calf, and then breathe here. And slowly inhaling all the way up and bringing both legs out to touch. Flexing the toes towards the face for staff pose. Both hands come to the outer edges of the hips, rolling the shoulders back and then gently bringing the chin down. So I'm going to keep both legs straight, flexing the toes towards the face and then breathing here. And slowly relaxing the body, bringing that right foot over the left leg. And then slowly bringing that left hand over that outer edge of that right knee. And then slowly starting to twist. Inhaling and lifting up, exhaling and twisting. And then breathe here, flexing the toes towards the face on that left foot. And slowly unraveling, bringing both legs out to touch, bringing the left foot over the right leg. And then that right elbow to that outer edge of the left knee. Inhaling and lifting up, and then exhaling and twisting. So being really gentle here. Inhaling and lengthening up, exhaling and twisting. And slowly coming back to center. Crossing the ankles, rolling to the hands. Then slowly lengthening the legs back. Slowly lowering down to the belly. Keeping the legs together, tops of the feet pressed down, and then slowly inhaling the body up to cobra pose. So this is really good for the back. Just want to take your time on this one. So slowly lengthening up, bringing the chin, eyes lead up towards the ceiling. And then breathe here. Staying with the breath, deeply inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the nose. And from here, just exhaling and moving into child's pose, both knees touch. Exhaling and pressing the forehead down to the mat. Navel moves in towards the spine. Lengthening the fingers out in front, and then breathing here. And slowly inhaling up to a tabletop position. Playing that left hand down, bringing that right arm up towards the ceiling. Then exhaling and floating that hand through that space on that left side. Shoulder and ear come down towards the mat as the body sinks down. Breathing here. Inhaling into a tabletop position, exhaling, slowly bringing that left arm up overhead. Exhaling and floating it through that right side. Shoulder and ear come down towards the mat, and breathe here. And slowly inhaling up to a tabletop position, crossing the ankles, coming to a seated position. And then lengthening the legs out to the corners of the mat for the final resting pose, bringing the feet to the outer edge of the corners. And then slowly lowering all the way down the back for Savasana, bringing the palms facing up to the outer edges of the mat. And then just keeping the eyes open, finding a space on the ceiling to breathe into, staying present in the room, taking a deep inhale through the nose. Feeling the belly rise, exhaling and letting it all go through the mouth. Taking a deep inhale through the nose. And exhale through the mouth. And gently closing the eyes, taking a deep inhale through the nose. And exhaling through the nose. And breathing here, allowing everything to mold into the mat, feeling fully supported into the mat. And just letting everything go, allowing the thoughts to just pass through the body. Staying with the in and out breath, moving with the breath on each inhale and exhale as the belly rises and falls. And with each inhale and exhale, just calming the mind more and more, calming the body, fully restoring, replenishing, and rejuvenating every cell, allowing the whole being to fully relax into the mat. Starting to deepen the breath, bringing some awareness back to the body, taking a deep inhale through the nose, and starting to wiggle the toes and fingers. Exhaling here, And slowly rocking to one side that feels good for you. Just pausing here for a moment on that one side. And then allowing the breath to lift you back into a seated position. At the beginning of class, sitting up nice and tall, rolling the shoulders back, chin comes down towards the chest. Again, closing the eyes, and then finding the breath. Deeply inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the nose. Feeling the belly rise and fall with each inhale and exhale. Scanning the body, scanning the mind. And then breathing here. And then when you're ready, slowly blinking open the eyes and bringing yourself back. Namaste. Hope that you have a wonderful day and enjoy all the benefits of yoga and calming the mind and getting more close to the breath, more aware and more mindful of your day, and maybe even bringing a little bit more gratitude into your life. Namaste.